Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, you all are having a powerful Thursday thus far, ending the week on a positive, healthy, productive, efficient note. Hopefully, everything is all good with everybody, man. Let me know how y'all living. Let me know how y'all feeling before we start building on this subject matter. Y'all see the title of this stream talking about the hypocrisy of America. Definitely we got to build on this, man. We got to build on hypocrisy. It's not even really only America, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the world, but man, we gonna build on America because that's where we at right now, the wilderness of North America. So we definitely gonna build on it. Jay Green, peace. What's the word? Yeah, we gonna build on hypocrisy, and y'all know what I'm talking about because I made a shorter video yesterday in reference to Joe Biden and the warning that he gave the people that chose to not get the jab. It's a warning. It's almost like, he wishing death on us. So we definitely gonna build on this. Most definitely. Chris, peace. What's the word, my brother? Put in that work. Yeah, we gonna point out the hypocrisy, man. It's just crazy the amount of blame they trying to throw our way. It's crazy. I'm honestly, it's getting on my nerves, getting sick of it, and I really don't see it getting too much better. I really don't feel like it's gonna get too much better, because they really pushing it. They really pushing forth this agenda. So I don't really see things improving. So this is something that we're gonna have to deal with. Like it's wartime. It's really wartime out here. Nikki Peach Queen, what's happening? Magic Realms, peace. What's the word? Nick, peace. What's happening? So it's really wartime out here, man. And you know what I'm saying? Got him out here making these threats, giving us these warnings. Like, come on, man. They trying to guilt trip us. They trying to guilt trip us and whatnot, which is crazy because if you all have been paying attention, you see the cases spiking up. You see a lot of these athletes, they getting sick out here, not sick, but they coming down with that joint. We got to speak in cold words. Y'all know what that joint is, but they coming down with that joint out here. And a lot of them have been jabbed up, but yeah, we to blame. Reggie, peace, what's happening? We to blame. A person such as myself is to blame. Most of these athletes in a lot of these leagues, like they jabbed up and they the ones coming down with it. So why are you placing the blame on the ones that's not jabbed up? Like, why are you focusing on us? If we made a decision, let us live with the consequences. If you claim that the people, and this is what they said, the people that's jabbed up, they can still get it, but the effects will not be as harmful. And basically saying, the people that remained free from the jab, like the consequences may be more dire for us. So it's like, let us deal with the consequences, man. Let us deal with the consequences. The consequences. Let me do that. The air quotes. Let us deal with it. Terenzo, peace. What's happening, my brother? Oh, Kuma for sure. You know what I'm saying? You got people thinking out here that regular codes and all that type of stuff then went away. Like none of that exists. It's crazy. The world we live in today is just crazy. But that warning was hilarious, man. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. It's funny how they just making us seem so ignorant and uneducated. It's just crazy. I mean, we probably the most educated ones. The ones that's saying, y'all, you know what? I'm not going to rock with that. We the ones that's actually doing legitimate research. Like we researching both ends. And we've been researching both ends. Like this is not new to us. You know what I'm saying? So once the jab was presented, we didn't already been doing this type of research. So it was an easy decision to make. It's an easy decision to make. But they pushing this agenda forth everywhere, man. You will watch a show, you will watch things like they insert it in all of that. So it's like you can't run away from this agenda. They're going to keep slapping us with it. They're going to keep slapping us with it, man. But again, a lot of us that have been dropping knowledge, that have been doing the knowledge, been researching behind the scenes, whatever it is, a lot of us saw this coming. A lot of us saw this coming. A lot of us knew that something like this was headed our way. Easy to predict it. You know what I'm saying? They've been striving to do things to where they can control the masses for the longest. And what better way to do it than hit us with a plague? They have written about this, man. If I could find a book, if y'all give me a second, I can find the book Population Control and I can read a quote from that book, which I think I've read that quote in a stream about some months ago. I think I read the quote from that book. But if y'all give me a second, man, I think this book is behind me, and I may go find that joint and I may read that quote so y'all can see what we really dealing with out here, man. That they've written this, man, they've planned it. Like this has been on their mind for a very long time. For a very long time. Oh, magic for sure. Yeah, for sure, man. They've been everywhere you look up, they pushing it. Everywhere you look up, they trying to make people seem like they ignorant. That's choosing a certain path, and it's crazy. Like I said in the stream, it's like, what about the people that are making decisions that's detrimental to their health on a day-to-day basis? Ray, peace, what's happening? What about the people that's choosing to eat the fast food, choosing to continue to eat the swine, choosing to continue to eat all the junk food that they advertise? Why we don't have anybody warning them? Why ain't the president warning them? You got to deal with the consequences behind your decisions. Every time you choose to eat the swine, every time you choose to eat that bacon, every time you choose to eat that fast food or that junk food, you got to live with those consequences. The consequence can be death. The consequence can be suffering from a disease, but they don't want to warn them about that though. Donna C, Peach Queen, what's happening? What is the word? Bonafide for sure, 100%. It's what they want, but it's like I said, it's crazy. That warning is very interesting. Like, you know what I'm saying? The people that didn't get the jab, y'all got to live with the consequences behind your choices. I'm paraphrasing it. It's crazy. When people make bad decisions every day in reference to their health, but they feel the need to highlight that decision. They feel the need to highlight those people. They feel the need to highlight people like us. Like that's what they feel the need to do. That's what they feel the need to do. Very funny. Like I said, they continuing to fund these corporations that's advertising death to the people on a day-to-day basis. But we the problem. We are the problem. We the reason why, you know what I'm saying, that the country continues to get sick. Like, nah, man, that ain't got nothing to do with us, man. Stop blaming us. Like I said, when you looking at the NFL, man, for one, the NFL, all these football players, man, they getting hit with that joint. Again, the joint is code word for what we not gonna mention because they like to ban videos and delete videos. You know what I'm saying? When you mention certain words, but you study in the National Football League, man, a bunch of these players are coming down with that joint, and a lot of them have been jabbed up. So what is we talking about? What are we talking about? In the book Dissolving Illusions, like they speak about this. They speak about this, man. They give you the history of this, and it's always the same old song and dance, so nothing is new under the sun. This is how this didn't happen every time. Every time we get hit with a plague and they come out with a jab, it's literally the same situation. At first, they promise immunity, like, all right, if you get the jab, you can't get it. Then when it comes out, when they actually administer the jab and they find out that that's not true, then they switch it up. They switch up the tune. They say, oh, we didn't mean that you will get immunity, that you can't get it. What we meant was you can get it, but the effects, it will not be as harmful. They switch it up. They do this every time. Check the history on these jabs. They do this every time. At first, they promise that, hey, all right, if you get it, you get the jab, you will not get the illness, you will not get the plague. Then once it happens and that's proven to be incorrect, change it up. They say, nah, what we meant was the symptoms will be less severe. That's what we meant. Like, that's what we meant. Just Peach Queen, what's happening? This is history. From the origin of this joint to now, like they have been, it's the same exact pattern. They have been moving the same exact way. So it's the same old song and dance. If you've been doing any ounce of research, you can corroborate what I'm saying. Oh, Dynasty for sure. It's getting, you know, it's really getting hard to deal with individuals because every time I look up on social media, on Facebook, and even just in person, it's just like the way you get viewed and judged when you a person that did not get the jab or do not have the jab. The way people judge you when they have it, it's almost like a Christian versus a non-Christian. When somebody find out that you ain't a Christian and they a Christian, the way they judge you. Same thing is happening with the jab. It's like, oh, you don't have to jab. What's wrong? Like you a heathen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they look at you. That's how they view you. That's how they may treat you. Oh, you a heathen. You must don't care about your life. Whole while I'm eating a salad while you eating the pork chop. But you want to view me, you want to judge me in a certain type of light because I didn't get the jab. Like I don't care about myself, but then I'll be consuming the smoothie or the salad while you eating the whole pork chop, smothered in gravy. But you want to act like I don't care about my health and I don't care about the health of the planet and other people. Whole while my dietary choices and my lifestyle choices in general show and prove that not only do I care about my health, but I care about the health of the planet, the animals, the whole entire universe, more so than you. So I find that funny when people judge me in that light. I'm out here exercising. I'm out here eating plant-based. I'm out here I'm striving to meditate, doing affirmations, things like that. All you did was get a jab and nothing else in your life changed. You're still lazy and won't work out. You still eat whatever it is, like gluttony, all of that still consumes you. You don't have no control over your appetite. But I'm the one that don't care. Come on, man. Oh, Bonafide for sure. Yeah, I definitely have peeped that. And it's just crazy because they real strict in certain areas, like New York, for one, with the jab laws and whatnot. Like it's real strict. Matter of fact, in my area, you know what I'm saying? You got, man, plenty of places. I mean, I got plenty of people that I train. They was like, man, they starting to make it mandatory at their jobs, like they not knowing what to do. It's like it's real, man. It's real. That's why I say, hey, you got to be self-sufficient. Like if you one of the ones that you say, look, I'm gonna choose this path. I'm not gonna walk this path of getting the jab. Like you're gonna have to be self-sufficient in a matter of time because they literally trying to force it on everybody. Yeah, Chris, and that's what they have done. But they have always done that. That was the history. When you go back to man, what's like the measles and all of that, smallpox and all that. They've done the same thing, literally. They've done the same thing. The book, like I said, Dissolving Illusions, one of the best books in regards to the history of jabs. And it literally shows and proves, like they literally was doing comparisons. Like they was comparing populations that primarily had the jab versus populations that didn't. And they were showing and proving that the populations that didn't have the jab and they just practiced social distancing, just isolating the people that got whatever the sickness was, like just taking those type of precautions. Like those were the populations that had the least cases. And this is way back when until today, like this, like right until now, way back when this first started popping off till now. Like they were studying all these populations, man. They were studying the populations. Like I said, the people that was primarily getting the jab are the populations that primarily was getting the jab and the populations that were not. And the populations that were not, they was practicing certain things, which is things that they tell us to practice now. Changing up the way that you eat. That's what these populations did. Literally, they was changing the way that you eat, sanitation, like just proper hygiene and things like that. Then they was isolating the people that got sick, like real simple things that they tell us to do now. Those populations were doing those things and they had the least amount of cases. But and this is the thing about it. And this is what was happening. The populations that was getting jabbed up, like they didn't take other precautions. So when you not jabbed up, what they were studying was the populations that were not jabbed up were more health conscious. They put more things into motion. They put more things into motion in regards to health. The populations that got jabbed up, according to these studies back then, like they just was like, all right, I got the jab, so therefore I'm one step ahead of everybody else. I don't need to do all this other stuff. I don't need to change the way that I'm eating. I can wash my hands every so often. I got this jab. They felt like there was an extra layer of protection to where they could fall back on all these other things. That was the difference. The people that ain't get jabbed up, they was more health conscious. They was doing everything holistically that needed to be done. And that's what I'm noticing today. People get the jab and they not changing anything else about their life for the most part. They still eating what they want to eat, acting like that plays no part into this. Like they doing things like that, man. They rarely exercising. They rarely thinking right. Like they not doing much other than getting a jab. Like literally, like that is not going to solve a problem. And if it does solve a problem for that, you still open to all these other illnesses and diseases. And these are the things that I be talking about, which is why I say it's an hypocrisy. It's an hypocrisy. If they promote healthy living, holistic living, we good. But they don't want to promote that because it's going to take money out their pocket. They get more money when they administer jabs. They don't get more money if we healthy out here. So they're not going to ever promote holistic living. And that will solve all the problems. That will not even all of them. That will solve most of the problems. That will cut a lot of this stuff in half if they just promoted holistic living. Simple. If they promoted it, because they got the power to do it, if they promoted it, we would be a very healthy population. A lot healthier than we are. A lot healthier than we are. We didn't been getting jabbed up for how long, and how healthy have we actually become as a country? We have not gotten that much healthier. If anything, we are getting more sick. If anything, we are dying younger and younger and younger. You know what I'm saying? So these things that they are introducing to us, talking about an advancement, like it's not doing anything. It's not advancing anything. It's literally not. I didn't have to go to funerals of dudes less than like younger than 30 dying of cancer. No way they should be going out like that. No way they should be going out like that, man. I didn't have to watch that, man. I didn't have to watch people close to me, younger than 30, dying of cancer, succumbing to cancer. That's not natural. That's not normal. But we got all this, we advancing in all these different fields when it comes to science, but we got stuff like that happening. 20-year-olds with diabetes. Come on, man. Like, this world is sick, and it's getting sicker. Just because we living longer with some of these ailments don't mean we advancing. And that's what a lot of people talk about. Oh man, we living longer. Man, you living longer, but you suffering longer. That's the point. Like, your quality of living is worse. You know what I'm saying? You living, oh yeah, I'm able to live 20 years with diabetes opposed to 5 or 10. Man, you still suffering though. That's not the way to live. It's all about the quality of living, man. You want to be around, but you want to live a quality life while you're around. You don't want to be hooked up on meds, barely being able to function for the last 20, 25 years of your life. When you got other cultures that all they do is eat a certain type of way, think a certain type of way, get a certain amount of rest, and they able to function fully in their hundreds. Your son, peace, what's that? And you say curing a jab, but not world hunger or diseases. Good luck with the decision. We ain't even, they ain't even going, they want to starve us out. King Ramsey, peace, what's happening? That ain't just you getting blocked out here though. Truth be told, peace, what's happening, man? I'm just tapping in. I'm tapping in with y'all for sure. Tapping in with the comments, seeing what y'all on. As told by Curly, peace, what's happening? Oh, Coach Sean, peace, man. Excuse me, guys. I'm just tapping in, man. I'm just tapping in, see who all in this thing. Brandon, peace, what's happening? Ronald, peace, what's the word? Christopher, peace, what's happening? Quez, peace, what's the word? Man, I'm just trying to greet everybody that's in this thing, man. Four Elements, peace, what's happening? Truth be told, for sure. But yeah, man, it's so much that they don't teach in reference to the immune system and how to establish and how to build these things naturally. Like I said, the book, Dissolving Illusions. Please do the knowledge to that particular book. Please research that book. Please research that book. That's all I ask, man. Please research. Start with that book. There are plenty of other books, but that book right there is a jewel. I got a few other books behind me, but they mention that word, so we're not gonna mention the word. But please do the knowledge to those books, man. Those books, I mean that book. Do the knowledge to that book. That book gives you the game, literally history up until today. For the most, not today. It was probably 10 years ago. Is when that book may have been published. Like that book, that book drops a man. I forgot the tribe from Brazil that book mentioned, and talking about the exposure. And I forget if it was polio. I forget what it was that tribe was exposed to. I forget what the tribe name was in Brazil and what they were exposed to. I believe it was polio, but they was talking about the exposure to it, them being more exposed to it. I think it was polio at that time, but the rate in which the people were dying was less than the people who had got jabbed up that were being exposed. So they was exposed at the same rate. That this tribe was getting the polio, they was getting the viruses, they was getting the sicknesses, but they were not dying at the rate or at the same rate as the people who were jabbed up. And it was crazy, man. I wish I had this book behind me somewhere so I could actually read that. It might be somewhere. Nah, I don't see it. But yeah, man, I know I read that joint. I read that passage in a previous stream, man. You had to go tap into some streams, man. I'm trying to find that book. Y'all know me. I like to pull out the resources, man, but I can't remember the tribe off the name. I can't remember the tribe off the top of my head. It was from Brazil though. DB, Dissolving Illusions. As told by Curly D, man. I remember being a trainer. Like I remember when I was working with some people. See, I be getting a lot of game from people on the inside, like nurses and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. I train a lot of people that's in the field. Like I train a lot of like nurses, and they are the most skeptical ones just because of what they have seen. But I remember, man, I was training somebody when this stuff first popped off, and they said that their job had been basically trying to prep them for a pandemic before the world even knew it was about to be one. So she was like, her job was having them do like trainings just in case a pandemic hit and how they would operate and function before the pandemic actually hit. Let me know that they already knew what was about to go down. And I can't make this up. This ain't no conspiracy. This ain't me thinking it. This is what somebody told me that was in the field, said their job was giving them trainings, telling them that they should be preparing for it, like they should be prepared to work in a pandemic before it actually happened. Before it actually happened. Now, was that a coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. That's not a coincidence, man. I don't believe in nothing like that. Like, I don't believe in nothing like that. It's a reason why that happened, man. You knew what was about to go down. That wasn't no coincidence, man. That was not a coincidence, man. But I train a lot of people in that field, and I be getting all the information. From the people that's up close and personal dealing with these cases, man. Like these are the most skeptical ones. And they the ones that give me a lot of the information. You know what I'm saying? They the one outside of research and whatnot, they give me a lot of the information based off of what they deal with, based off of what they see. I just find it funny that warning people such as myself, talking about the misinformation and things like that, man. There's plenty of information. It's plenty of, listen, you can validate what's being said when we start talking about ways to eat in regards to strengthening the immune system, in regards to preventing sicknesses, illnesses, in regards to reversing sicknesses and illnesses and things like that. Like, I mean, it's a lot of science out here, man. I got a book that mentions vitamin C cure. It's called Curing the Incurable. And it talks about mega doses of vitamin C and how beneficial that is in regards to preventing you from getting sick and reversing conditions. Mega doses of vitamin C. The book is called Curing the Incurable. That is a book and it's dedicated to vitamin C. Like, this is how deep the research. I done read a whole book dedicated to one vitamin, vitamin C. Taking mega doses of that vitamin, curing the incurable. Get that book, man. That book is dedicated to vitamin C, and it just shows you how powerful vitamin C is by itself, let alone with other vitamins and minerals. It's letting you know how powerful vitamin C is by itself in regards to tackling situations like this. Come on now. Yeah, just that happened a lot of time, man. That happened with a lot of people. That happened with a lot of people. A lot of people experienced the severe sickness before this thing popped off. And a lot of people think they had it, you know what I'm saying? But they already knew what was happening out here. They just waited to reveal the information for real. So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about how many people like died before they actually made this information known. How many people potentially died from that before it was actually known that that's what it was. So how many people did we lose before they actually announced, hey, we have a pandemic? Just think about that. Like, just think about that joint. You know, that even had my peoples thinking, but this wasn't really the case. But like my granny passed right before pandemic. You know what I'm saying? She passed in 2019, right before. So it had people start, but nah, she, you know what I'm saying? That was like diabetes and all of that. That was that relationship. But it just made you think. Just made you think. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like it, and this is how I view this situation. Do what you want to do in regards to the jab. Do what you want to do. But once you start criticizing me and judging me, then that's when we're gonna have to come with the information. That's when we're gonna have to come with the facts. That's when we're gonna have to do that. And that's what you get a lot of time, man. You get the judgment or you get the people pushing that narrative on you. For the most part, like y'all know how I am. I'm anti that joint big time, but I don't go out here throwing it into everybody's face. When I'm out in public, man, people don't know whether or not I got a jab or not. They don't know. It's only until a person that got the jab start talking. They are always the first to let you know that they got the jab, and they are the first to start judging folks. That's when I have to start intervening and talking. Like, that's literally been my experience every time. For the most part, I'm not going to bring the subject up because I know it's sensitive until somebody brings it up to me, or they say something when I'm in the room, or like when I'm training. Like, hold on, you got to chill out, man. There's people up in this joint that may not rock like that. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? But it will be a simple world if we just allow people to live and do what they want to do. That's not the way of the world. Like I said, I get judged most nowadays. I get judged most by the jab folks and then the religious folks. They won't let me be. Or the people that just eat however they want to eat. They also do a lot of judging. You know what I'm saying? So I get judged. And a lot of times people see your response and then they want to comment on you when you respond. But it's like, nah, I've been getting judged this whole time by this particular group of people. Let us be. But this world not letting us be. You know, I'm trying to get a job, take care of my family, and now if I don't have a job, now you looking at me like I'm a heathen. Like, man, just let me live, man. So it's like the world not letting us live. So we gotta defend ourselves, man, because we not trying to bother anybody. We're not trying to endanger anybody. I'm the last person that's going to endanger your health, man. I'm the last person that's going to do that. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to get you sick. Like, I'm the last person that's going to be on that type of vibe. But since I don't have the jab, that's how I'm getting viewed. That's how I'm getting viewed. Like I'm endangering everybody else. Like, I don't care about anybody else's health. Man, come on, man. You know the amount of people that I done looked out for when they done got sick, when they done came to me for some help and assistance. How many herbs and supplements, man, I done sent out to people, like stuff like that. Come on, man. Like, I done had some people tell me flat out, you know what I'm saying, thank me for the workouts that I done put them through and all that type of stuff, because they was like, man, I'm pretty sure I might have had it, but man, I bounced back so quick because of what we done been doing. and what you done told me to do. So I didn't, come on, like, I'm the last person that's about to be out here endangering folks. If anything, I want to keep people alive. Like, literally, that's my job as a trainer. I don't want to see people, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see people die prematurely. I want you to fulfill your potential. But nah, that's what we getting accused of out here, man, and it's sick. And I gotta deal with all of these folks that, again, make terrible decision after terrible decision in regards to what's on the plate. Judge me. What you say? As told by Kurt, you say I work at the gym and a vitamin shop now. Things that I've been finding out as far as supplements, it's like night and day. There's a formula, different vitamins and amino acids you take together. Oh yeah, as told by Curly, that's a science that a lot of people do not understand. Just, yeah, I don't initiate the discussion about it. I don't initiate the discussion. The discussion always finds its way to me though, but I don't initiate it. Yeah, Donna, for sure. Yeah, now they not gonna go. They not gonna do that. Yeah, they not gonna say start telling people your disease status. We ain't gonna. Yeah, we not gonna do that. We want to see if you jabbed up though. We don't care what type of diseases you got though. And we don't care anything about any of that. Big Lord Peace, what's happening? There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. There you go. Just for show, man. I be trying not to have conversations, and it's like not like you say, like night and day, man. Somebody come in my vicinity and just start talking about it. You know, already irritated with the fact that you're probably talking too much. Then you would start talking about that. Like, come on, man, chill out. Chill out, man, because the last thing I'm about to sit here and do is argue with a client. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down. Just don't even talk about it. Just do the workout and leave. But like I said, man, people just be making assumptions, just assuming that everybody is on the same wave and they not. Like, people gotta chill. Yeah, Donna, that's what I'm saying. Ask them, do they got HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, herpes? I'm gonna start asking them all of that. All of that, man. I was watching, matter of fact, Shantae Peace Queen, what's that? Matter of fact, I was watching this show, right? And in this show, it was this black dude, it was this white dude. I mean, no, it was this black dude. He was with a white lady, in the show, and it was she was pregnant, right, in the show, and so they went to the doctor, and they started asking the family history, in regard, like, have you anybody in your family ever had X, Y, and Z? So in this show, you know what I'm saying, the white lady, she knew the family history. Then they asked the black dude and he didn't know. So it's like, I thought about that. I was like, man, a lot of people don't be knowing their family history when it comes to diseases and all of this type of stuff. But as Donna talking about, now they want to know your jab record. Man, we don't even know our family history, things that we be passing down to the next generation. People don't be knowing things that are passed down in their families, man. Like, I thought that was funny because it's like for a lot of people that's the actual case. People don't literally be knowing. CEO, what you say you got till Monday or on fire? And see, that's what I'm saying. So how can we live in peace when that's our reality? You know what I'm saying? We just trying to provide for the fam, earn a living, and now we got to make a life or death situation. Like, we got to make a decision like that. It's either I get something that goes against my morals or whatever, or I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's messed up, man. Like, that's messed up, man. Like I said, it's forcing us for the most part to become self-sufficient, which is cool to me. Like, that's cool. Like, that's cool to me. And like I said, I for like foresaw this. Hence why I started to do my own thing. I saw what was coming. I was like, dude, I already know how this is about to pan out. They gonna be trying to make it mandatory, and I know what type of person I am, so I need to be in control of my situation. It's exactly why I did what I did. A lot of people ask me, man, what made you do this? And I felt like I was gonna have to. I felt like I had to do what I did because the way the world was going, like I ain't had no choice. Like I didn't have any choice but to do my own thing because I felt like the field that I was in, they was gonna start getting real strict with the rules and regulations. And I was like, nope. You know what I'm saying? I got to get ahead of that. Awaken the Hebrews. Peace. What's happening? Akuma, yeah. Yeah, to me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the spookism to me because I don't really deal with that particular word or concept, but I feel you though. Yeah, Dynasty for sure. Now, but what happens? Now, what happens though, which is why because they start asking about certain like conditions that we don't even be knowing about. So what happens is when you know about some of these conditions, you do have triggers for some of these conditions, and you could be more susceptible to it. Again, which the bad diet will pull the trigger on it a lot faster. So it's like if some of these conditions, if you knew that, hey, from generation to generation from generation, we had this condition. So in order for me to stay clear of it, I got to do this, that, and the third. But it's like if you have no idea what was being passed down in your family, man, you might be doing something that you think is helpful, but it's actually one of the triggers. You know, so it's like a lot of that, man. We don't be knowing about. And as they say, in regards to certain ailments, the genes can load the gun and the lifestyle pull the trigger. So if you don't know what genes got the gun loaded, then you don't know what lifestyle like choices to make to avoid pulling that trigger. And sometimes that be the case. Like that be the case, man. We just be oblivious. We don't know anything about like we just be oblivious. We be oblivious. Like if you analyze generation after generation after generation, and it's like, dude, you see something that's like a mental imbalance. That's that gene right there. Say, all right, man, we gotta approach this a certain type of way so that we don't pass these habits down. So it's a certain way that you really got to eat at that point. But we don't even be in tune with that for the most part. We don't be in tune with a lot. You know what I'm saying? We just be in the dark. What they say, it's better I'd rather not know it. Man, like I ain't got time for that, man. I need to know. I need to know what we dealing with. I need to know what we more prone to. So I can get ahead of that. You know what I'm saying? So I can know exactly what I need to consume more of, consume less of. Like I need to know. Because the way to eat is like real like subjective. It depends on the person. And it depends on the condition. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a certain condition, you might have to eat a certain type, you might have to eat a different way to reverse that condition opposed to reversing the next condition. So it's all we really got to do the knowledge, man. What am I facing? Well, what am I facing? What am I dealing with? Like what are the bad habits that's actually being passed down? Like we got to do the knowledge of all of that. But a lot of us be choosing to remain in the dark. Choosing to remain in the dark, man. They got us, man. They got us good. Ronald for sure. Oblivion PGW, man, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's all we could do. That's all we could do, man, is just focus on being self-sufficient. That's it. Like I said, one of the best things you could do in regards to, what I'm saying, your health, that nobody seems to, I mean, you would think that more people would be doing this because it's almost in every religious text and it's just common sense. And I talk about it all the time, but fasting, man, people rarely do this. I'm talking full fast, full blown 24-hour fast. You know what I'm saying? People rarely do this. People rarely do it. That's one of the best things you can do for your health, for your immune system. But people rarely do it. People rarely do it. Yeah, Chris, man, people got some weird allergies. Some people got some weird allergies, man. Like people got some weird allergies, weird allergies. Outside of even that one, I've seen some weird allergies, but yeah, I know some people that got some strange allergies, and I'm like, whoa. But man, fasting is one of the best things you can do for your health. And I mean, simple. Don't cost anything. It don't cost anything to not eat. Like that's real inexpensive. It's free. You know what I'm saying? To not eat. People don't do it though, man. That's like the hardest thing that I can probably get people to experiment with vegan, but people in America, we are so wired to think that we have to eat something every day. Like we are so conditioned. We think that we have to eat every single day. We think a day of no food, we think that's almost like that don't even make sense. Like we think that makes no sense. Like when you tell the average person, man, just go 24 hours without eating, that's almost like you basically telling them to die or something. Dig their own grave, bury themselves alive. Like sometimes that's the response I get. Like, man, I don't think I can do that. And I'm not telling people fast for 5 days, fast for 7 days, fast for 2 days. I'll be telling people to fast for 1 day. And they be like, nah, man, you mean 24 hours with nothing? Like I can't even eat a fruit. Like nah, man, 24 hours water. And they be looking at me like I said, dig your own grave, lay in that grave, bury yourself alive. The average person, man, they cannot fathom not eating food. They can't fathom it. Can't fathom it, man. I get this every time. Every other time I tell people to not eat, it's like that goes in one ear, out the other. They like, nah, man, I hear you, but I'm not doing that. Like I'm not doing it. And I'm telling you, if more people fasted on a consistent basis, definitely we would be a healthier generation. I mean, a healthier country, man, healthier people. Red Bull Peace, Jakari Peace, what's happening? But man, I've suggested fasting and all that good stuff, man. Like certain just detoxes. I mean, anything, man. I work with people. I'm like, all right, boom, you don't want to do that? Like, look, go 24 hours all fruit. Go 24 hours all vegetable. Go 24 hours all raw fruit vegetable. Go 24 hours smoothies. I work with people and they still just act like they cannot do it. Again, part of it is mental because we've been so conditioned. But it's like simple things like that. I had a lady, man, she was fasting twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Dropping weight easily. I mean, the mental clarity was there, man. Like the blood pressure was going down. She was getting off the medication. Things like that, man. She was on all type of medication, and she was out here just fasting twice a week. That's called the 5-2. You eat 5 days, you fast 2 days. That's the method. That's the name of the method. Like I had somebody on that, and I'm talking about, man, they were seeing them results easily. You ain't got to go 2 days consecutively. Whatever 2 days of work for you on your calendar, man. 2 days you fast. You can eat the 5 days. Make sure you eat clean, of course, but you can eat 5 days, fast for 2. I had somebody do that, man. I'm telling y'all, the results was crazy. And only did it for like a month of doing it. Like the results was crazy. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? 5-2. So depending on the goals, man, but fast, like everybody should be doing some form of fasting, man. Just everybody. Because you got to give the digestive system a break. And I always make the analogy. You all know how I feel, man. What if somebody asks you to work 24 hours, man, 24/7? Like, what if you had to work 20? Man, you couldn't do it. You would not last. You would not last. How long would you last? Work 20, no break. That's what our digestive systems are on. Because we eating so much. Digestive system is getting absolutely no break. If you eating on a day-to-day basis, your digestive system is literally never resting. It is always working. Fasting gives it a chance to rest. It's literally what fasting is doing. Your digestive system is working too much. If you eating 3, 4, 5 meals a day, your digestive system is never stopping working. That it's working hard too. Working hard. So we got to get that digestive system a break, man. And that's what fasting does. Like, you really got to, like, listen, your gut health, second brain. Like, you got to pay attention. You got to tap into that gut, man. Fast. So we just eating. You know what I'm saying? You ate at 9 o'clock and 12 hours, you swear up and down that you hungry. If you just ate 3 hours ago, trust me, you're not hungry. You can go days. You can go a nice long time without actual food. You can go a nice long time without food. So for you to think you can't go 3 hours without food, if you think you just ate 3 hours ago and you think that your stomach is giving you signals that you hungry again, you misinterpreting those signs, man. You misinterpreting that signal. You are not hungry. It is impossible for you to be hungry after you just ate something 3 hours ago. That is impossible. You are nowhere near hungry. You are nowhere near starving. And I read a book that talked about it. The book said when people start saying that they are hungry, offer them some lettuce and see if they take the lettuce. And I guarantee you they won't. So next time you say that you're hungry, go just eat some lettuce. Eat some lettuce, man. I guarantee you don't want that lettuce. What you have is an appetite. You can eat and you want to eat, but you just want to eat certain foods. You're not really hungry. If you're hungry, you're liable to eat anything that's in front of you that's edible. That's when you reach the state of hunger. When you're hungry, you're not too picky about what it is you eat. It's almost like when you're really thirsty, you don't care about the quality of water. Like, we done played sports. When you an athlete, man, when you thirsty, man, you don't care. Like, man, give me this water. Yo, I don't care where this water coming from. Give me this water. You not picky. Oh, man, make sure there's alkaline water. Man, I feel like I'm about to die. I'm dehydrated. Give me any form of water. I don't care. If you've ever been near dehydration or dehydrated, if you've ever been that thirsty, you know for a fact it do not matter the water that you get. You need some water because you feel like you're dying. So if you really truly hungry, you gonna eat anything that's edible. If lettuce is all you got, you finna eat that lettuce. I don't know too many people that's eating that lettuce when they claim they hungry. They want to go get the food that they want. They want to eat something that they have a taste for. That's not hunger. It's not hunger at all, man. It's not hunger. You have an appetite. That's it. But you're not starving. You just definitely not starving. Definitely not starvation. If you jump on the scale and you got any ounce of body fat, you're not starving. You're not starving at all. But those are the words that we use. Oh, I'm starving. Your stomach growling. I'm starving. I'm hungry. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's all programming. It's all conditioning. It's all conditioning and programming, man. People don't understand how deep the science is of, like, the science of eating is. Our brother Terenzo, appreciate that donation. You say USMC boot camp, I can't isn't authorized to be said. I can apostrophe equals apostle. Messenger, I am the truth. The changer of narratives. For sure, 100%. We don't deal with that. I can't. Like I even said that. I even talked about that in a particular stream in regards to changing up your lifestyle in reference to I can't. They tell you don't use that word when you're striving to change up your diet. I do not like that word, but they say do not use that. They say instead of saying I can't eat something, say I don't eat it. Like I don't eat pork opposed to I can't. It sounds like you are restricting yourself. You are depriving yourself of food that you enjoy when you say I can't versus I don't. I don't makes it more of a lifestyle. I can't say, oh, I'm just depriving myself of something I actually want. So nah, you know what I'm saying? They tell you when you change up your lifestyle when it comes to nutritional habits, say I don't instead of I can't eat that. Ronald, for sure, man. I'm telling y'all, I done been out there in the trenches talking about summertime with full-blown equipment on. Man, we don't care where that water coming from. Man, I'll give me that water, man, before I pass out here. I don't care where that water is coming from. When I'm thirsty, give me any form, man. It could be rain. Give me that rain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care. So if you hungry, if you truly hungry, it's the same way. Give me that lettuce. I ain't seeing too many people out here eating raw lettuce when they talking about they hungry. I ain't seeing it. Rich lazy. There you go. I'm about to eat some spinach with blueberries and strawberries. Perfect. Just there you go. I'm telling you. Or whatever your least desirable food is. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be like, I like lettuce. Well, whatever. Well, whatever your least desirable food is, man, go get that joint. And next time you claim to be hungry, see if you're gonna eat it. Yeah, Brandon, I'm telling you, I done been there before. When people be talking about I like my water room temperature, I like it cold. Man, I done been deep off in the trenches where, man, I done had water as hot as the sun, and I killed it because I didn't care, man, because I felt like I was gonna pass out, man, if I ain't had no water. At that point, you ain't got time for that. I need you. Just imagine you dehydrated. You talking about, man, I ain't gonna drink that because I need my water cold. I need the ice cold, or I need room temperature water, and you out here dying of dehydration. That sounds foolish. That sounds very, very foolish, man. That sounds very foolish. Like, yeah, man, I'm dehydrated, but I need that water to be room temperature. Like, that's what I need. Chris, what you say? Hold on. Chris, where you at? Where you at? Man, I can't even see. Goodness gracious, this thing tripping. All right, I have a question. I struggle with fasting because I'm hypoglycemic. Any pointers? Have you ever just tried to detox utilizing fruit, Chris? But like I said, there's many ways to go about it. So have you done just like strictly fruit? And again, when we say strictly fruit, we don't mean go crazy with the fruit. I'm just gonna eat a gang of fruit all throughout the day. But just have you tried to go day with just fruit? Rich lazy for sure. But Chris, yeah, have you done just the fruit? Because it's a lot like these conditions, man. You with a condition like that, you got to do some experimentation in regards to the quantity, the amount of fruit that you eat. Like, it's a lot of experimentation that has to go on when it comes to a situation like hypoglycemia and fasting and detoxing. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the balance back, meaning you got to correct that condition. It's doable. It just take a lot. It takes a lot of experimentation. It takes a lot of experimentation, man. But it's definitely doable. I wish I had some of my resources around here, man. That would, I like to read from the sources. I would try to grab this book that's in front of me, but I don't think. Man, I had a few books on fasting that built on that I would like to recommend, but I ain't got them in front of me, man. I like to have my books in front of me so y'all can see the actual book. So next time I get on this joint, I'm gonna be sure to have those books for sure. I definitely got two books in front of me for sure that I know deal with it a little bit in regards to eating fruit. Becoming Raw, that's a book that I got in front of me, and then the 80-10-10 diet. Like, those are some good joints. Yeah, Chris, for sure. Like, and again, you the best know of yourself, so you know the fruits that don't necessarily agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You know the fruits that don't necessarily agree with you. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from the ones that, do you bad, then fool with the ones that do you good, and just see how that works out for you. Because even when you're talking about fruits, it's a lot of water in the fruit. You know what I'm saying? So you getting that water in. It's a lot of water in the fruit, though. Yeah, it's a lot of water in the fruit. So hey, I put plenty of people on like a fruit fast, man. A fruit fast can do you wonders too. But like I said, even with that, you ain't gotta go crazy on the fruit. People be eating fruit all throughout the day. It's like, nah, you ain't necessarily gotta do that. There could be a cutoff point with your fruit, primarily around the time it starts to get dark. Bonafide, yes, they do. But yeah, man, it's a lot of different ways to go about. Matter of fact, let me grab these books though. Yeah, we gonna, you know me, we gonna grab the books. This is the Becoming Raw book. Got some detoxing methods in this joint. And this is the 80-10-10 diet joint. I have mentioned these books before, but I definitely want to show these joints now though. And I'm about to see if I can find something in this Becoming Raw book, because I remember I feel like I remember seeing something in this particular book in reference to the. Nah, it ain't in this joint. It ain't in this joint at all. But when I find a joint that deals with the hypoglycemic condition, like I'm a definitely bring that book to the surface. But now it's Becoming Raw in it, but it's still a good book to read for that situation though. And I got another book, man. It's another book. I don't think it's in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna get this other book too. This is another good joint right here. This thick boy right here, Conscious Eating. It's another good book. It's another good book, man. Conscious Eating. This book about 700 plus pages. But y'all know these be the best books to read, man. There be a lot of information in these particular books. Matter of fact, here we go. This is one of the books right here. Hold on. Let me see. Y'all know I like to read these sources out here, man. When people come to me with a problem, I want to read this to you, Chris, and I think just mentioned it. I want to read this right here because this is where I remember seeing it. Most people can receive benefit from fasting. The exceptions are those people more than 10 pounds underweight, those with severe wasting diseases such as neurological degenerative diseases and certain cancers, and pregnant and lactating women. Diabetics should have medical supervision. I generally do not recommend that people with severe hypoglycemia fast until their hypoglycemia has been stabilized, but even hypoglycemics can fast under supervision. Prolonged fasting has completely healed some people with hypoglycemia. And there are cases of that in this particular book. But I just wanted to read that, man. I ain't going to read on, but I just want you to see that it is possible to eventually get your body to the point that it can fast and potentially reverse that condition. It's out here. You know, I don't like to just say things and not have a reference or not have a source, but it's definitely in this book in regards to those cases that he's talking about. But you got to like experiment in the beginning with that condition. Then once you kind of figure things out, you're going to hit that point to where you see my condition, see the condition stabilize, and then you see reverse itself. So it's definitely possible. Conscious Eating is definitely a book that I would recommend getting in reference to that. I wasn't going to stop until I found a book that mentioned it, man. Y'all can't be bringing up stuff. Y'all know how I get with that. I knew I had that somewhere in the book, and it's in other books too. Tyru, intermittent fasting for sure. And people don't understand intermittent fasting, that even still, like, that's 24 hours. People think intermittent fasting, they think 16-8, 19-5. They think of those. Like, nah, intermittent fasting, like, even when you fast for 24 hours and then you eat the next day, that's still intermittent fasting. Like, even a 5-2, like, that's a form of intermittent fasting. But like I said, we should all be focusing on our digestive system in regards to giving it a break and things along those lines, man. But most of us don't do that. 4 elements, for sure. For sure. You already know, G. We gonna drop the Jews. We gonna do that. I just be wanting to show people that there are alternative ways out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they trying to shield from the masses. That's what they trying to shield from the public. Like, there are no alternative ways to combat a lot of these conditions, a lot of these sicknesses, a lot of these ailments and illnesses. Like, nah, there are a bunch of alternative ways, man. It just requires some discipline. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It just requires discipline. That is literally it. When you get that discipline, you good. You good. Most of these conditions can be reversed. Now it's better to prevent than it is to reverse. Reversing can be a little more challenging. Preventative measures are way better. It's better to take preventative measures. So if you can prevent it, that's the best way. But if you got it, it's not the end of the world in regards to what the condition is. It depends on what the condition is, but it's not the end of the world. It's not a death sentence like they make most of these conditions out to be. Like that. And I be wanting to present that side, but that's the side that gets banned. That's the side that gets deleted and all of that type of stuff on social media. When you present the alternative side, they don't want real serious people on these platforms these days when it comes to pushing the alternative agenda, so to speak. When you let people know it's an holistic approach, alternative approach, like, nah, they don't have time for that. And when you really adamant and serious about it, they don't have time for it. Like, you got to go. Like, you got to go. You got to go. So that lets us know that we speak in some element of truth. Some element of truth, man. I got another book too, man. I want to know. Oh yeah, Rich Lazy. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. They don't like it at all. That instills fear in them, man. They can't take it. Especially when you start quoting books, they start banning books and all that type of stuff, man. So it get real in the field, man. Certain conditions you can't speak on them. Yeah, certain conditions you can't speak on them. Man, y'all know I done brought up another book, man. We curing the world. When y'all bring up a condition to me, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it for sure. Trying to see if this book got a good passage. I don't think it do though. I know it's a good book, but it ain't got a passage just dedicated to hypoglycemia, man. I'm gonna give y'all all the sources that I got in front of me. But I know this joint talks about it though. But this book, Healing with Whole Foods, this is another good book, man. Definitely, it's another one of them thick joints, man. It's another joint that's about 700 pages or so. So yeah, it's another one of those joints. Get this book right here. I didn't mention this book, Healing with Whole Foods. About 700 plus pages, man. Book filled with jewels. Definitely grab that joint. Better start getting some of these books, man, before they run out of print, man. Before they ban them. So y'all better get on Amazon or all of these books. Because it's gonna come a time where some of these books gonna be very hard to find, or you're gonna look up book gonna be selling for like $1,000 or something. So definitely get these books. Snuggles, what's happening? Yeah, because we gonna present y'all with the solutions. Gonna present y'all with a lot of the solutions, man. Like a lot of solutions. That's what it's about. Like we not instilling fear. You know what I'm saying? And they not supposed to do that in the medical industry, which is what they do. They don't give you no hope and they instill a bunch of fear. And that's really not what they supposed to do. What is it? I forget the Hippocratic oath, but it's like thou shalt do no harm or something like that. And that's all they do. Should be the Imhotep oath or whatever, but we know what it is though. But man, yeah, hold on. First, do no harm. Like that's part of their oath. And that's one of the first things they do is harm, you know? But they first do no harm. Come on now. And that's one of the main things they do is harm. Like that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They not supposed to be doing half of what they doing, man. They harming the population, and that goes against the oath that they take. Because they not supposed to be doing this harm. But when you look up, that is all that they are administering. That's all that they are doing. Like it's harm. Harm here, harm there, harm everywhere. But they oath says, first do no harm. Hypocrisy, contradiction. Big contradiction. That's why I say the hypocrisy of America. We go into these medical institutions where the oath says do no harm, or first do no harm, and that's the first thing that they do. First thing that they do. We done talked about medical errors being a major cause of death. Medical errors, man. So people out here dying of medical errors. Again, hey, we know nobody is perfect. No industry is perfect. So that's bound to happen. But the number is quite high from some people that we are literally supposed to be trusting with our lives, man. That number is higher than it needs to be. Last time I checked, that number was over 250,000 a year in reference to medical errors being a cause of death. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We dying of conditions like that revolve around our lifestyle choices, and then we die in a medical error. So then they get us sick. Then we go to them, and then we die because of an error on their part, and then they blame you. Snuggles, peace. Appreciate that donation. You said I had to make sure I peep the feed at the door before I start. You should try dropping the link so people can interact with you. Hey, for sure, man. You know. But yeah, medical errors. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna make us sick. Then we go to them so they can treat us, and then we still end up dying anyway because of an error. Like, come on. And I didn't see actual personal examples or personal situations of this happening, to where it wasn't even really something serious that they went to the doctor for. It was like almost like a checkup type. Like, I didn't see situations like that to where they didn't go for something serious and they ended up dying because of an error. So I've seen that happen a few times in my personal life. Or they'll go, like, that's why I say they went for some surgery that was supposed to be light. Like, it wasn't life threatening, none of that. Like a routine surgery, boom, blood clot or something like that, and now they dead. Basic surgery, like not like just something real basic that's supposed to be routine. And I done seen plenty of people not make it out of that. Tyru, you say, what program or system of healthy living do you follow since you don't the European model? Well, if you're new to what I'm on, I've been vegan for a minute, or what you would call plant-based. Got a lot of debate or speculation in regards to where that type of lifestyle derived from, but I don't really care where it derived from. I know that that's, in my experience, that's the healthiest motto for me to follow. So no meat, no dairy, none of that. All of that stuff is just proven to be detrimental to me. Like, I can't rock with the eggs, I can't rock with the dairy, I can't rock with the meat. Don't sit well with me. Don't have me feeling the best. Like, it has done some damage to me. So when I let that stuff go, I just noticed the difference in regards to the energy, the mental clarity, just everything. So that's the motto that I follow, that I'm gonna continue to follow. Like, that's the lifestyle, that's the culture. But the Western way of living, like when you get westernized, they have studied plenty of cultures from the other side that when they have become westernized, they got hit with a bunch of diseases that they didn't even have a name for these type of conditions in their country. Like, they never struggled with these ailments until they adopted a Western diet or like that type of stuff, the Western eating habits. So like, nah, but for the most part, none of us are wired or designed to be adopting that type of lifestyle, man. That will kill us all rather quickly. But they have studied plenty of cultures to where when they deviated from their original lifestyle and they adopted the Western lifestyle, obesity increased, them dying from diseases, a bunch of diseases increased, like all of that. All of that. But yeah, it is what it is, though, man. So it's definitely a cool lifestyle, man. I tell people all the time, man. People be acting like when you say you don't eat certain things, man, acting like you depriving yourself. And man, I don't need any of that. Like, I'm good, man. I give me a good smoothie. It's so many just delicious vegan meals out here is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. Like even if you go raw, like 80-90% raw, man, they got forget dude now. I forget the brother name every time, but he be going hard with the raw cuisine. It's a lot of good raw meals out here. You know, so it's a lot, it's a lot of good meals out here, man. When you go plant-based, when you go raw, things of that nature, people want to make it seem like it's man, I can't do this. Listen, I was eating just as bad as everybody else that act like they can't make that transition and let the meat go. I was eating just as much meat, if not more, than mostly everybody. Man, that's all I was eating, meat and junk food. I was that child that didn't want to eat the vegetables and things like that. So I'm telling you, probably not eating as worse as I was eating back then. Like I was eating horrible. Nah, just hey, we got these joints. Yeah, we ain't building, we got them, and we put them together. Yeah, Donna, for sure. Yeah, because we don't owe nobody an explanation, like at all. DV, yep, got that book right here, man. Conscious eating, boom, right here. Thick joint. Conscious eating. This is one of them joints. Conscious eating. Get that book for sure. Yeah, Ronald, man. I'm telling you, we deviated from our original way of eating, man. It was just terrible, man. We got left with the slop, man, and we turned it into soul food. We turned it into soul food. The slops. That's what we did. We turned the slops into soul food, man. That's what we did. Even though that food is actually bad for the soul, so to speak, or your energy. Tyru, what you say? Ask me because I remember you said based upon European model and what you follow. For instance, I'm healthy, skinny, but according to BMI, 5%, I'm still technically overweight. Yeah, that's why. For one, that's why I don't like the BMI. Like I don't even. Man, somebody going crazy over here with this, whatever they doing. But yeah, the BMI, that's not something that I even talk about with my clients for the most part because that thing don't take a lot of things into consideration. It don't take a lot of things into consideration, man. Man, if y'all heard all this nonsense they doing, man, I'm about to drop kick this wall. But yeah, they starting to. It's like every time I get good to the bill, somebody trying to distract the kid. But with that being said, man, I'm finna have to tap out, man, because I've been to drop kick this wall and y'all been to seen it on this stream, and I ain't trying to drop kick no wall and y'all see it and that go viral. So I'm going ahead. With that being said, because they getting a little annoying on this joint, I'm about to go ahead and tap out, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with the kid, considering all this hammering that's going on, like it's ridiculous. It came out of nowhere. But I'm about to tap out, man. I got some things I gotta do, man. Some little books I gotta tap into and chill on out, man. Then I gotta go back, finish off these clients. Y'all know how I go, man. So I appreciate donations. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all be easy and enjoy the rest of this Thursday. I don't know. I might have to tap back in with y'all possibly Sunday, man. I'm going to chill out for a few days and I may come back Sunday. Like I said, may come back Saturday, ruin y'all Christmas and be the Grinch. But I don't think I want to do that, man. So I might let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday, man. But I'm out, though. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be easy out here. Peace.